So today we're going to talk about affirmations and incantations. And you've probably heard the word affirmation before, but you may not be too familiar with incantations, and maybe you are. So affirmations are statements that you tell yourself. So these are things that you're doing anyway. You tell yourself how smart you are, or I'm so dumb, or whatever it may be. It's affirmations, words and statements that you kind of repeat to yourself that affirm who you are. Well, it may not be who you really are, but you're creating who you are through those affirmations and through those statements that you repeat to yourself. So incantations, again, are a little bit different because what they do is that they involve your emotions and your physical body to create a more powerful state. So again, it's really all about repeating a phrase over and over and over again until you start believing it, until your brain says, that's true. Because what happens is that you have a part of your brain, the reticular activity system, that is looking to create that, is looking very goal-orientated into what you tell it you are. So it's looking to affirm that, to create that in your environment, to help you focus on those things for the most part. And this is a powerful tool that I used before I even knew what incantations were. After failing my first year of college, I used to look at myself in the mirror and tell yourself, Joel, you're a genius, you're unstoppable. And I used to get really agitated with it. Not agitated in a bad way, but in a good way, excited. I used to put my hands up. I used to tell myself, you can do it. You can do anything that you put your mind to. You're unstoppable. You're unbreakable, blah, 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 blah. And I used to feel so empowered by the end of that incantation. And again, at the time, I didn't even know that it was incantations. I'd heard about affirmations, but I didn't know how powerful it was, that I was getting so involved in the moment that I was losing myself with the words I was telling myself. And you do this when you get angry. When you get angry, you say certain statements, or when you mess up and you're frustrated, you're like, oh, I'm so dumb. You just affirmed it at a physical level. And again, physically, when you do something physically, it's a lot more powerful than just saying a statement. If I would have looked at myself in the mirror and said, Joel, you're a genius. Joel, you're unstoppable. I don't really believe it. But when I do it in that sense, it triggers a different part of my brain. It triggers a different emotion, which then creates and solidifies it in a deeper sense. So what you're going to be working on today is creating your own incantation, your own affirmation statement, and then getting your body involved, getting your emotions involved. And let me tell you that if you write these down and you can't feel like you can get empowered by it to the point that you're moving your hands, you're doing the things like you're celebrating, your tonality changes, your body is getting excited. If you can't feel excited about what you're writing, then you need to scrap it and start all over again. Because I want you to have phrases and statements that you feel excited about. So how do you get to this? How do you write it out? Well, the first step is to write out negative belief systems that you have that you want to change. So what are those that limit you? So what do you have? It might be, I don't have money. I don't have money. I don't have time. I'm tired. I'm depressed. I don't have energy. All those are statements that limit you and hold you back because you're saying, I, first of all, don't have money. You're telling yourself who you are. You're affirming who you are. You're a person who doesn't have money. And then you probably put your shoulders down. So you're doing an incantation just backwards because you're having the physical reaction and things like that. So I want you to write those down. What are those belief systems? What are those phrases that you tell yourself that limit you? And once you write those down, I want you to do step number 2, which is to replace it with positive, empowering statements that are practically opposite to the ones that you wrote. So if you're talking about, I don't have time, you might have something, I have all the time in the world. You might say, well, I don't have money. You can flip that and change that to, I am resourceful, I am abundant. You see, get excited when you say it. There's opportunities for me to make money all around me. And believe me, these are statements that I told myself. I used to look at myself in the mirror, and I still have incantations. I actually have, what's crazy, like a 5-minute incantation that I do that's in Spanish. It's a poetry that I wrote. But I tell myself that and I get all fired up about it. But these are incantations I used to do when I had no resources, when I was basically just trying to make it. And I had to make myself believe that there was opportunities all around me. And I used to tell myself, I'm resourceful, I'm abundant, and there's opportunities for me to make money all around me. And you know what happens? Everywhere I go, I see opportunities. I'll be talking to someone and they'll be like, oh, I'm so struggling. And they tell me this. And I was like, well, you can do this, and that. And I could tell them all the opportunities I see for them because I've rewired my brain through my affirmations and incantations to see these opportunities. So again, you might tell yourself, I'm always tired, I'm depressed, I have no energy. You can flip that and write, I'm energetic and full of life. Maybe when you say you're depressed, you can flip that and say, I'm happy, I'm in control of my emotions, I love life. So very simple. Step 1, write out the negative belief systems. And step 2, flip it and turn it around. And what I want you to do today after you do that, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and go through those incantations. And I want you to do this for every day. And I want you to get excited about it, get emotional about it, get your body movement when it comes to it, and repeat it. And at first you might have to read it, and that's fine. What I did, I recorded mine, I would listen to mine every day, several times a day, until now I can do it naturally. So you can do the same thing, record it on your phone and listen to it until you got it naturally flowing. If not, read it off. You can do that. Read it off while you're saying it. Read off a couple sentences and then read off those sentences and get excited about them. I hope you do this. It's part of the process of creating happiness, enjoying your life, and rewiring your brain through affirmations and incantations. Have fun doing it.